Monday, March 30th. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to week 3. This is our last week of the packet. This is our last week before spring break. At the end of the packet, there are a few assignments for you to do over spring break just to keep practicing, keep working on your math and on your reading. But this is the last full week of the packet. Then we have spring break, and after that, you're still going to be learning at home. You're still going to be learning virtually, and all of your teachers are going to be in touch with you to let you know exactly how that works, okay? But here we are, our last week. This is Monday, week 3. So the first thing you want to make sure you do, you want to make sure that you have your name. So I wrote my name, but here you would write your name. So you want to write your first name and your last name. So get practice writing your first name and your last name here, week 3. On this next blank page, I went ahead and filled it out. I wrote reading log because every week we want to make sure we're doing our iReady math. So we want to make sure we're doing iReady math Monday, 30 minutes on Monday, iReady math, 30 minutes on Tuesday, iReady math, 30 minutes on Wednesday, iReady math, 30 minutes on Thursday, iReady math, 30 minutes on Friday, iReady math, and the same thing for reading. So for reading on Monday, we want to make sure we do 30 minutes of reading in iReady, 30 minutes of reading Tuesday, iReady. On Wednesday, we want to make sure we do 30 minutes iReady reading. On Thursday, 30 minutes iReady reading. And Friday, 30 minutes iReady reading. But then on top of that, we want to make sure that we're reading 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day, we have a reading log. A great place we can do that is through Raz Kids. It's the new site we all have access to through Clever. So you want to make sure that you're going to Raz Kids. It's going to have leveled readers, so it's going to be set to whatever your reading level is. If you have books at home, you can use those as well, and then you could write those here. You could write those here and on as you've been doing on the front page of the packet. And so you want to make sure, so it's 20 minutes. So it's 20 minutes of reading every day, Monday, all the way to Friday of this week. All right, this week for our ELA lesson. So it's still the month of March, so as you see, we're still celebrating here. We have St. Patrick's Day. We have the shamrocks, the top hats, the green top hats. So, and we have our words. It says, write the words in each box, write them in ABC order. So here we have the word green, rainbow, clover, because remember, if you find a 4-leaf clover, it's good luck. Irish, that's what you call someone or something from Ireland, the country Ireland, where St. Patrick's Day comes from. So St. Patrick was a person. All of these, they start with different letters. So we're going to do ABC order. So remember, we have to go through the alphabet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, on and on. So we want to take each one. Which is going to come first? Which is going to come first? Do we have any A's? No. Do we have any B's? Anything starts with a B? No. Anything start with a C? Ah, yes, we do. So here we have something that starts with a C. Clover. So clover is going to come first. Clover is going to come first, and I can draw a line through it. Now what comes after C? After C we have D. Anything start with a D? No. What comes after D? Anything start with an E? E. F. No. G. Anything start with a G? Ah, yes. We have a G. So once again, Mr. Thomas is using a Sharpie. You want to use a pencil just in case you make a mistake. But I'm using a Sharpie just to make sure it shows up on the video. Green. Green. So that was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, H. H, there's no H's. I. Oh, there's an I, Irish. And because we're talking about Ireland, it's a proper noun. Someone who's Irish, it's a proper noun, so it's capitalized. The name of the country would be capitalized. But green, lowercase, clover, lowercase. Okay, what comes after I? H, I, J, K, L, no L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Oh, there's an R. So what am I going to write next? What word would I write next? So you can pause the video here if you want to fill out the rest of that. You can pause the video here. I'll let you finish that. I'll let you fill that in. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing in each one of these. It's going to be alphabetical order. So March, that's the month we're in. Gold, coins, leprechaun, pot. To the golden pot. All right. Here, music, Ireland, lamb, lion, windy. So these are going to go in alphabetical order. So once we get familiar with our alphabet, you can look at this, for example. You know that windy, that's one of the last, that starts with a W. That's one of the last letters in the alphabet. So we know that's going to be towards the bottom. There's no A's, there's no B's. You have to go till you get to I. There's Ireland. Remember we talked about Ireland as a country? Ireland is a country. People from Ireland are Irish. So let's see. H-I. So Ireland is going to be our first. H-I. J, no J, K, L. Ah, look here, we have two L's. We have lamb and we have lion. So how do we know which one comes first? Both start with an L. Whenever we're doing ABC order and we have two words, we have lamb and we have lion, two words that start with the same letter, we have to go to the next letter. So let's look at the next letter. We have L-A and L-I. So now we have to think back all the way to the beginning of the alphabet. What does the alphabet start with? A. Oh, that was easy, right? So, because this is an A and this is an I, we know that this is going to be the next word. Lamb. And because we only have two L's, we know automatically that lion comes next. And so we have our two L's, so I, it's L-I, so it'd be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. All right. Then, remember what I said earlier? Windy starts with a W, that's towards the end of the alphabet. Windy. And then here, we have hat, jig, shamrock, jump, luck. So here, once again, we have two words that start with the same letter. They both start with a J. Does anything come before? Let's see what comes first. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Ah, H. So hat is our first word. What about with the J's? So remember what we just said? If the first letter is the same, we have to look at the second letter. So we have to look at the I and the U. What comes first? Does I come first in the alphabet, or does U come first? Well, if you remember, U is almost all the way at the end. It's close towards the end. I is close to the beginning. Say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So jig is a little dance. Jig comes first. Number two of the two words. And then jump, because it's J-U-M-P, J-K-L-M-N-O-P, QRS. All right. The next thing, find this in your packet. Find this word search, because we have a lot of words here. So this talks about growth mindset. You can do it. Growth mindset. So we have a lot of words here. So we're going to work on this little by little every day this week. We're going to work on this little by little. Now there's a lot of words. These are a lot of letters. It can be really hard to even know where to start. So what I'm going to recommend is we just start with the B's and the C's. We're just going to do the B's and the C's. So you can get a highlighter. Or if you want, you can get a yellow crayon. Either one works. So I'm going to use a highlighter. And our first word is brain. Because this is a little brain. It says growth mindset. You can do it. Directions. Find and circle the vocabulary words in the grid. Look for them in all directions, including backwards and diagonally. Okay, so that's going to be tough. So what that means is the words can go this way, just like when we read. They can go down. They can go backwards from how we read. And they can go diagonally, which means like this, or like this. But one thing to remember, the words always have to be connected. And all of our words are things to encourage us. And encourage means to give yourself a boost, to give yourself that extra push. So encourage is to build up, to give yourself an extra push. Anything that you're learning, so some of these are big words, anything that you're learning, you can always grow. Feedback, that's when someone tells you something. When someone tells you something, feedback, it's a way you can grow. Collaborate, that's when you work with someone. Courage, that's when you're not afraid. Dedication, that's when you're not going to stop, you're going to keep going. And on and on and on. So today we're just going to look at B and C. So B, we have brain. Whenever we do this, there's a couple ways I like to think about it. And you can look for it. So if we're going to look for brain, we can start by just looking for the word. We can start here at the top, and we can just look. So we're going to look for the word brain, which is B-R. And you can just go through every line. You can go through every line that way. You can go down. And you can check, you can look. So we're looking for the word brain. The other thing you can do is you can look, because sometimes it's not going to be written there. But I already see one of our other words. I see our word here, we have challenge. So a challenge is when something is hard or difficult, but we don't let it stop us. So challenge here, there's challenge. Because we're going to look for our B's and our C's. So sometimes you'll just see one. Sometimes a word will jump out at you. Challenge. But let's see. So I'm looking here. I don't see brain. The other thing we can do is you look for a B. Look for a B. Everywhere you see a B, you're then going to look for the combination, the letters B, R, A. So let's look. Oh, look, here's a B. There's a B. There's an R. B, R, oh, U. No. And we're just going to keep working like that until there's a B. Oh, here's a great example of a diagonal word. So we have a B, but not here, not here. There was an R, but it stops. It goes E, here, here, here. But look here, B, R, A. All right, let's keep going. I-N, that's the word brain. So there we go. We have our first diagonal. Brain. All right. Brain. Okay, now let's look for the word can. Let's look for the word can. So we're going to look for, you can just see if you can see it spelled, C-A-N, C-A-N. You can see if it jumps out anywhere, or you can just look at all the C's. Look at all the C's. Just look at a C. You can just go down the list. Look at the C's. C-A-P, no. C-A-E, no. Oh, here's a C. There's an A. What's that last letter? Can. Oh, there's our word. Can. All right. Now the last, let's see, the next we have two more C's we're going to find today. Collaborate. Ooh, collaborate. Okay, so that's a big word. So I now want to tell you about another trick. If you have a word and it has two letters, like you see challenge had two L's, collaborate has two L's. So if you want, as a trick, you can look for two L's. Look for two L's together. Look for two L's together. Here we had two L's in our word challenge. There we had two L's. Anywhere else you see two L's? Oh, there are two L's. And here are two L's. And there are two L's. So now what else do we have to find? Our word has two L's, but what else? It starts with a C-O. C-O-L-L. So that's what we have to find. We have to find C-O-L-L. C-O-L-L. Ah, here it is. A-B-O-R-A-T-E. That's the word collaborate. Remember, collaborate means to work together. To work together with someone to complete something. Collaborate. There we go. All right, our last word we're going to find today. Courage. Courage. So let's look for an O. Let's look for an O-U. And a C-O-U. C-O-U. So there's an O, but we don't have a C, we don't have a U. No, there's an O. No C, no U. Here, just a U. No, we need C-O-U. Oh, there's an O. There's a U. There's a C. Look here. Oh, there's our word. Courage. Courage. So these are in alphabetical order. So we've done our A's, where there were no A's, we've done our B's and our C's. All right, so we're going to come back. Tomorrow we're going to work on the D, E, F. D, E, F. All right. Okay, boys and girls, so if you're watching this video and you haven't taken a brain break, 5 minutes is on the timer. Pause this video, look on the YouTube channel. It has a section with brain breaks, or tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your uncle, your aunt, tell your brother, your sister, whoever's helping you, tell them to help you. You can go to the playlist. You can watch one of the brain breaks that we watch from class. The Good Morning song. We have the Lava song from Disney. We have Poco Loco from Coco. Or go to Kids Bop. Take a 5-minute brain break. And then after your brain break, come back to this video. All right. So today in our math lesson, so on Friday, we were talking about we can make a 10 to help us look at how to add or subtract numbers, right? So it just makes it easier for us. If we're adding or subtracting from 10, we can look at 15 minus 7. You think, oh, well, I don't know. I don't have 15 fingers. That's going to be hard for me to figure out. But we have 10 fingers. So we have to make a number bond. And here we have our number line. And so we're wanting to take away, we have 15. We're wanting to take away 7. But we have to think about, okay, if I have the number 15, and I want to have the number 10, how many am I taking away? How many am I going to take away? So I have 15. I'm going to take away 5. I'm going to take away 5. And then I only have to subtract 2. I only have to subtract 2 from 10. So 10 minus 2 equals 8. So therefore, that means 15 minus 7 equals 8. 15 minus 7 equals 8. And you see here we made it from our number bonds. We have 15 minus 7. And the number bond is where we break 7 up into two smaller numbers. Two smaller numbers. And we want to look at it here like, okay, we're counting back. So here we're going to have the bigger number. The bigger number. And this is what we had to take away to make 10. So we have to start with what are we taking away to make 10? So I have 15. And I want to show you here with counters. So I have 15. So first I'm going to show you 10. I'm going to show you 10. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So sometimes we put these together. We have the rod, we have the stick of the cubes, or we can have counters just like this. That's 10. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 15. This is 15. So I'm saying 15 take away 7. And what our math today is a review of is when we subtract to make a 10. So how many do we need to take away to make 10? We want to take away 7. We want to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how many we want to take away altogether in total. But we want to make a 10 first. So before we take away all 7, how many do we take away just to have 10 here? Well, you saw me. I just added 5, so I just take these 5 away. So I just take these 5 away. Now I have 10. Okay, that's my number bond, right? So my number was 7, and how many did I have to take away? I took away how many to get 10? I took away 5. And you see the arrow here. So how many am I taking away to get to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I took 5 away, and that gave me 10. Now, how many from this number bond? How many from this number bond? I just have 2. So I'm going to take 1, 2. Now, how many do I have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I can see here, I'm at 10, and I'm taking how many more away? I'm taking 2 away. So, 1, 2, and I land at 8. All right, so let's look here at number 2. I have 13. 13 minus 6. 13 minus 6. Okay, so I want to get to 10. I want to get to 10. How many do I have to take away? How many do I have to take away? Okay, so here we go. I have my 10. There, I have my 10s all grouped together. That's my little group of 10. But total I have, how many do I have? Total, that's 13. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13. So how many do I have to take away to make 10? 1, 2, 3. I take 3 away. I take 3 away. And that equals 10. Or look here. 1, 2, 3. 10. Okay. So now, my number is 6. My number is 6. And I'm making a number bond. So I know I took 3 away. And then I'm trying to make 6. So what do I need to make 6? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I have 3 here in this box, how many are going to go here in this box? 3. I already took those away. I took away those first 3 to get to the 10. So how many more am I going to take away? I got to take away 3 more. So let's count. So 10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8. And what do I land at? I land at 7. So 10 take away 3. 10 take away 3 equals 7. Or 13 minus 6 equals 7. Same thing here. Okay. 15 take away 9. Okay, 15 take away 9. So here I'm going to write 9. And then remember, I want you to make 10. Well, this is just like this. So how many did I take away? How many did I take away from 15 up here? How many did I take away from 15 to make it 10? 15 take away how many equals 10? 15 take away how many? How many equals 10? Okay, I'm going to write that here. And then I'm going to count. I'm going to take away 5. So, and if it helps you, you can get counters just here. So there, we're going to take away 5. We're going to take away 5. So we're at 15. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. We're at 10. Okay. So then I'm at 10. How many do I have left over? How many do I have left over? I have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I have 9, I have 9, and I am taking away how many? I took away how many? I took away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do I have left over? How many do I have left over? How many are going to go in this box? How many are going to go in that box? Write that number there. So here, so then this is what goes here. All right? The answer to this, you see there's the 4 from here. So 10 take away 4 equals 6. Count backwards on the number line. You stop at 6, you land at 6. So 15 take away 9 equals 6. All right, the next page. This is the next page. Find 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7, okay. So here, this says equals 10. So we're not just going to write this again, but it's asking you, how many do I need to take away? How many do I need to take away? If I have 12, how many do I need to take away to have it equal? So there we go, there's 12. I can get it all to fit. There we go, this is 12, all squeezed together. We have our 10, there's our 10. We have 2. So how many do I need to take away? I take 2 away, then I have 10, right? So 12 minus 2 equals 10. Here I have 7. Okay, so I took 2 away. 1, 2. That got me to 10. How many do I have left over? 10 minus 5. Okay, so what do I need to add? What do I need to add to get 7? Or if I have this 7 and I take 2 away. 7, 6, 5. for us to subtract. Okay, so this says find 11 minus 7. Well, the first thing, just so we don't get stuck here, because we have lots of different blanks, lots of different spaces. So this is where we write, we take our equation here, which is here, and we're going to write it right here. So just imagine here, you're just going to write it again here. So what is that? That's 11 minus 7. So here we're going to write 11 minus 7. All right? And then the same thing just to help you. Okay. 11 minus 7. So what we're going to try to figure out is how do we make a 10? How do we make a 10 to then subtract? So if I have 11, I have 11. There we go. This is 11. I have 11. How many, if I have 11, how many am I taking away, how many am I subtracting to equal 10? How many of these do I have to take away to equal 10? And that is what you write here. So how many am I taking away? And that's what you write here. You write it on this line, and you write it on this box. And you count backwards till you get 10. Okay, so then you've got to then take this away from this. So how many do we have here? So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. Okay, and how many did we take away? How many did we take away? Do you remember? How many did we take away? So now you've got to take it away from here. You've got to take it away from here. Because now we're talking about this number. Because right now we're just talking about this. We're talking about this subtracted by what this number is. Okay? So we take that away. We take that away. How many do we have left over? How many do we have left over? We're going to write that number. We're going to write that number here. We're going to write that number here. How many we have left over? Because that is now what we take away from here. So this and this, these are the same numbers. Same number. Okay, so now let's look back to this. Let's look back to 11 minus 7. What is 11 minus 7? It's going to be the same answer. It's going to be the same answer this gives you. Because guess what? The whole reason we want to move it to a 10 is so if we have our 10s, again, there we go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. We have 10. We're wanting to take away how many? How many are we taking away? How many are we taking away? So let's take those away. 4, 5, 6. We took those away. How many do we have left? How many do we have left? That is what we write here. This answer is what we write here and here. So it's the answer to 11 minus 7. It's the answer to 10 minus 6. Okay. Now, for the next problem, 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9, we have here, we have here. So 16 minus what? We can go ahead and write it in because that's just our answer right there. So we're just moving it over. We're just adding it into the box. So I have 16. I have 16. I have 16. And I'm wanting to make it 10. I have 16. And I'm wanting to make it 10. How many do I take away? And I'm going to write that answer right here. How many am I going to take away? How many am I going to take away to make 10? I want to only have 10 left over. So how many do I take away? How many of these do I take away? So, and I write that here, and I write that here. And then I count back. I count backwards that many. I count backwards that many until I get to 10. Until I get to 10. Okay, so now I have 10. I took how many away? Okay, I write that here. Then I have to think, okay, what's the difference? What's the difference? And the difference means if I subtract. So if I have 9 and I'm going to take away this many, the number I wrote here, I didn't write it because I want to make sure you write it. I want to make sure you can follow along. So I didn't write it, but you should have the number there. All right. Write it here and write it here. And the question is, how many more do I need to get from this number to this number? So if I were to add this number, if I add the number here with this number, it will equal this number. Or if I have this number and I take away this many, it will give me this number. All right? And I'll show you something. It actually tells us the number. It gives us the number right here. So then we take away, starting at 10, we then take away this many. So how many is it? How many are we taking away? We have 1, 2, 3. And then how many are left over? How many are left over when we've taken away that number? So 10 take away 3 equals this. We had a 10. We took that number away. How many do we have left over? We write it here, which also means this 16 minus 9 equals this number. So this, we write the same thing here and the same thing here. All right, boys and girls, good job. See you in the next video.